Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. It is our Divine Feminine reading, my favorite reading of the week, as you guys know. Why? Because it is the Divine Feminine that is the badass in the equation. Just saying. You guys are the movers and the shakers. You're the ones that make the wheel turn. You guys are the ones who are doing the work, creating the motion that gets the ascension going. Your divine masculine, let's face it, unfortunately, they can be a little bit clueless. Now, divine feminine, divine masculine, these are energies. These are not they're not male or female, okay? We have lots of divine feminines here that are males. We have lots of divine feminines here that are females. We have divine masculines that are male and female. Of course, this dynamic can play itself out in many different ways because it's not about physical gender. It's about energy. And your twin flame comes in and ignites something within you to wake you up to the fact that you are an energetic being. You're not just physical form. You go much, much deeper than that. And so does your divine masculine, quite frankly. How things show up for you in this relationship, there's going to be so many variables, you guys. So many variables. Like, it's unique and 100% tailored for you by source, by the divine universe, because you are completely unique, and how you wake up and the way that this is manifested for you is going to be like nobody else's. Which is why it makes it a little bit difficult to find information on the internet. I mean, anyone who's been through this journey knows that when you first start out, it's like searching for a needle in a haystack. It really is. You find twin flame information, you're suddenly like cast into some new universe that you don't even know how you got there and what like is up and what's down. That's literally what it feels like. And then you are going through like a spiritual awakening, and you're like being drawn to like look up information and search for things that you've never searched for before. And it really feels like a needle in a haystack. You find a little bit of information here and there. You're like, yeah, that's it. That fits. That makes sense. And you have a little breakthrough, and then everything else just seems like it doesn't fit your situation at all. And it creates many sleepless nights, constant searching for information on the internet. Not being able to, you can't just like go to the store and buy a book and learn. Even if you did find a book on twin flames, only certain parts of it are going to fit your journey. This is all by design. The universe, in its masterful intelligence, knows that the only way that we will stop seeking outside of ourselves and go within is if the answers can't be found outside of us, and we get so tired of looking that we finally stop and go within. That's the message I want you guys to carry with you as we go into this reading. And a card jumped out, so that's our number one. Current situation for divine feminine. Current situation. And I forgot, to turn on some of my other lights here. Let me just get them turned on so that we can see these cards properly. Sorry for the delay. I don't know why I forgot to do that. All right. Something's going on in your world right now that's extraordinarily positive, divine feminine. And this could be showing up for you in many different ways. Somehow you're being acknowledged and recognized. I get it. Okay. As I was starting to talk and I was going to go in a certain direction, something in me course corrected me here. All right. Because it was like I was having like two frequencies coming in at the same time, like award, recognition, being acknowledged, something really, really good. But then I was also getting this other frequency of like dark night of the soul, frustration, all the things that come along with going through the dark night of the soul. We know what that's like. It's extraordinarily difficult and painful. And I'm like, why am I feeling that? And all of a sudden it clicked. Like was like a third frequency came in and was like, nope, 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 don't go down that road. This is why you're feeling that. This is actually really freaking cool, you guys. You may be experiencing, some of you, some kind of external recognition in the world right now. But what this actually is your current situation, regardless of how you're feeling, whether you're in dark night of the soul energy or if you feel like you're on top of a mountain and just feeling amazing. This recognition is coming from something outside of this world. It's coming from source. It's coming from the soul. It's coming from inside of you. You've been initiated into the greatest mystery school that there is to be initiated into, which is the only one that you can never be initiated in by anyone in this world. No mortal form can do that for you. It's something far beyond that. And that is the greatest gift, because it opens that inner eye, that the doors and the truth and the keys to the universe, and this doesn't happen for people that don't have purity in their heart. And when I say purity in their heart, I'm not talking about, if you ever stole anything or like made a mistake or cheated on a test or, hurt someone unintentionally or out of fear reacted negatively. Like, I'm not talking about that, because we are not the sum total of our experiences in life. And our experiences don't define us. They are experiences given to us by the universe to help us to ascend, learn, and grow. So they don't define who we are. What I'm talking about is the purity of your heart, like your intention, who you are as a soul, and why and where you are coming from. And that's deep, you guys. Oftentimes from the egoic perspective, we can't even see the truth of our own heart. But you know who does? God, source, the universe. Okay? And you may not know it, but every action and every choice you've made has been leading you to this place, because you are divine and you deserve it. Okay? And it's not like we all do, right? God's trying to get all of us there. But do we answer the call? And you answer the call. And there is reward in that. There is reward in that. And we're only ever separated from it by our own, illusions of belief that we're separated from it. We're never separated from source or God, but we fall under the veil and we think that we are. And you have answered that call. You're seeking and searching for something greater. And it's because your intention is coming from a place of love. So there's reward in that, divine feminine. And just trust and have faith that what you need is being brought to you. Your mind will try to label it as good or bad, but every coin has two sides, and every coin has value, regardless of whether it lands heads up or tails up. Doesn't matter. It's still a valuable coin, right? So everything has value. See it through that lens. All right, this card just fell out. Has a raven on it. And you guys know how much I love ravens. That's pretty cool. All right, so your next one is, what are your challenges, divine feminine? Challenges. All right, sometimes your challenges can be from thinking a lot in the past, being nostalgic. It's not that that's a bad thing. Of course, it's not a bad thing. But it can create challenges. Just like everything has two sides. There's, the positive and the negative, and they're both there to teach us. So they're both positive in that sense, right? See, this is where language can get a little tricky and confusing. But thinking about the past and reminiscing and being nostalgic about things can bring up a whole bunch of emotions and thoughts, and they can lead us down a lot of different rabbit holes. And especially when it comes to like the twin flame stuff, we can sometimes get stuck in what it was, and then this longing that right now things aren't good enough because they aren't what they were. And that can be a huge challenge and hurdle for divine feminines on this journey, because the mind is telling them that things would be better if the twin flame was around, if the twin flame showed up a certain way, if things would happen, if they would just call back or stick around or hang out more often. And the reason why this is such a challenge is because of patterns and programming. And it's this way by design, because it gives you the opportunity to be able to look at these patterns and programming so that you can eliminate them and recognize that you are the love that you're seeking, and that it can't be given to you or taken away. It's your birthright. It's what you're made of. It's the truth of who you are. And it's the mind that tries to put a wall in between that frequency of your love and things. It makes you think that you need this or you need that in order to be happy. But the truth is happiness is your creation. And you can be happy in a cardboard box with nothing, or you can be miserable in a mansion, or you can be happy in a mansion and miserable in a cardboard box, right? It's not the environment that's necessarily the issue. It's the perception. It's the perception that your twin flame is what brings you happiness and that you can't have it without them there. And that's the part we have to let go of. And oftentimes thinking about the past and reminiscing, the mind gets all crazy with all kinds of patterns and triggers and programming that we don't even realize are happening, because that's what the ego does. It loves rabbit holes of perception. It's how it keeps us, giving it our attention and our energy. The mind can't survive without the soul's energy giving it attention. But the soul doesn't need the mind. The mind is separate, outside. It's an aspect of the soul, but it's not the soul itself. The soul is the core. It's the root. It's the seed. You are the generative seed, divine feminine. What do you need to focus on? Patience, my dear. My dears. Patience. Looking for instant gratification, quick results, wanting things now, is all coming from a place of lack. That what I don't have is, or that what I have isn't enough, and that I need more, or that there's something wrong and I need this or I need that. That is where all suffering comes from. Desire is the root of all suffering, because to desire means we don't have. And to desire means you are in a place of lack. So focus on being, just quite simply being. Focus on that. Allowing what is and being grateful for where you're at and what you have. Take a few moments out of every day to just breathe. Abundance is all around you. You're breathing it in every time you take a breath. You are experiencing it every time you go for a walk. Feel the breeze on your face. Every morning when you wake up, the conversations that you ignore and the people that you meet, they're all part of your abundance. Perception, the ability to have free will, to see the world as you wish. All of this is abundance, and it's surrounding you at all times. So breathe it in, take it in. All the little atoms and particles and energies and elementals that are dancing around you to create this material world that you get to experience is phenomenal. It's beautiful. Pay attention. Your past, what are you leaving behind? This was a good card. You're leaving behind the need to be right, the need to argue points, the need to change other people's minds, the need to control. We all have that. I'm not saying that we throw terms and things around controlling or OCD or just, there's a whole bunch of things that we just sort of like, say to people. But the thing is, the truth is that we all suffer from the same things. We're not different. Like the circumstances and the stories behind why we do these things might be different, which is why we like to talk and tell our stories. But the truth is we all struggle with the same things, the same ordeals, the same hurdles in life. It's just that they present to us differently. And we can learn from each other and we can grow. And when I first went through my spiritual awakening, I wanted to get on top of the roof and like shout it out to the world. Like, I've discovered something and everyone should know this. And you know what? It's true. Everyone should. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I came to this quick realization that oftentimes trying to speak about these things to people that haven't experienced it yet, they're not going to understand because they're not meant to yet. And so it's kind of almost like you're speaking the same language, but you're not speaking the same language because they hear the words and they understand the words, but they don't understand the depth of the meaning behind them when you say them, because they don't have that dimension of understanding and consciousness unlocked yet. And you do, because the universe gave it to you. So you're leaving behind this need to like tell everybody how it is and what it is like. And some of that's old egoic stuff, because you're coming out of the fear mindset and the lack mindset. But some of it is that you want to get on the rooftops and shout it out like, I found the solution, and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. But, only one place can initiate us into this. And it's something that no man has control over, right? No man does. It's something that comes from God, from source. Okay. Oh, man, these cards are literally just flying out of the deck today. It's weird. That hardly ever happens. I don't know. But it is. So, next card. Strengths. What are Divine Feminine's strengths? Another great card for this. Transformation and change are your strengths, which so it doesn't surprise me. I mean, look at the transformation that you're going through right now. You may not always feel like it from the ego's perspective, but man, you are one like tough cookie. The dark night of the soul is not for the faint of heart, right? It is not. It is difficult and treacherous and overwhelming and all-consuming. It's like being swallowed up in like darkness and quicksand, the pressure. But it's that pressure that refines us into this beautiful diamond, and you are the beautiful diamond. And wow, the strength behind you. Okay, transition and change and the ability to like get through things, to navigate your way through difficult times. You may feel like you're stumbling all the way, but the fact that you keep going, Divine Feminine, over and over and over again, no matter how hard the world deals blows, you just keep going. And that is something to be absolutely celebrated. That comes from that purity of heart, that spirit, that will that never gives up. And that's why you are being recognized and rewarded by the ultimate place that can recognize and reward you, okay? It's not something that everyone else will see, but to seek recognition in this world above recognition in the next, you're getting it all wrong, right? I'm not talking about you. I'm just saying people in general. It's not this world that we need to seek recognition in. It's not. It's the unseen world. The one that sees us, that truly sees us, where nothing is actually hidden. And that doesn't mean we don't make mistakes. That's okay. It's what do we do with those mistakes? And you, Divine Feminine, that is your strength. You learn, you transition, you grow, you keep going, you pick yourself back up and you try again. You never give up. Your spirit is so strong. Near future. What's going on in your near future? All right. In the near future, you, Divine Feminine, or your Divine Masculine, maybe even both, will be experiencing separation and like a breakup, but not necessarily with each other. The truth is you and your divine masculine can't be separated. You're one, right? It looks like two in this world, but again, this world is full of all kinds of illusory deceptions through our five senses. The truth is you guys are one, and you can't be separated. But on a 3D level, it looks like there's like breakups and relationships that are dissolving. And I don't feel that it's coming between you and divine masculine. I feel like it's something in divine masculine's world, like some kind of a karmic situation is breaking up and falling apart. And probably for you too, divine feminine, it's possible that you've both been married or that you were both in previous relationships. Maybe one or just the other one was, but those relationships are just organically like being repelled out of your lives. And it's because of this transformation that you guys are going through. And, sometimes when we go through this transformation, the things that don't serve us well anymore, they did at one point in time, but don't anymore, they fall away. And that's what's going on with divine masculine. They are leaving behind the things that no longer serve them, just like you are, divine feminine. When we focus on ourselves and don't worry about what's going on in divine masculine's world and just trust and allow and just let that magic work in our own lives, just have faith and know that if it's working in your life, you guys are one being, it's working in theirs too. So you or your divine masculine or both of you are going through breakups with people. And if neither one of you guys are in a relationship with each other, I think that there's still significant people and those relationships are falling away if they're no longer in alignment with the new energy that you and your divine masculine are starting to embody through this ascension process. I just took a little drink and I spilled some coffee. All right, so your next card is advice. What advice does Source have for you? As you go through this transformational process, do not fret or worry. The ego will try to regain control of the wheel, okay? And it will try to make you think that you are not progressing quickly enough, that the results are not happening because you're doing something wrong. You're just not getting this spiritual awakening thing right. And other people are ascending faster than you. You just don't meditate well enough and you're never going to figure this out. Or what if you don't ascend quickly enough? Your divine masculine will never come back to you. The ways that the ego can deceive you are literally endless. They are eternal. Don't fall for it, okay? The ego is not controlling the vehicle. Source, your soul, you are. So tell the ego to fuck off, okay? When it comes in, that's your message from spirit. Your message from spirit source is tell the ego to fuck off. Fuck off, ego. What's going on in my ascension is none of your damn business, okay? It's just not. It doesn't belong there. Your ego it's like a broken down artificial intelligence system. And it's like, I can't survive without you, so I need to make you think that you need me. You don't need the ego, okay? Ego death is painful because it doesn't want to die. It's like clawing and gnawing at you, hanging on for dear life. Cut the cord with your ego. You'll never get rid of it completely. You'll hear it dying in the background. But you transcend it. You recognize, no, 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 no. I know what you are now. I can't unknow what I know. Everything happens in divine timing. I have faith. I know that everything is happening as it should, and I am surrounded by abundance. And you just ignore the ego when it tries to come in and tell you differently. Message from source. Ego, fuck off. All right. All right. Environment. What is the environment for divine feminine? Interesting. You got death in reverse, and now you got the devil in reverse. Interesting, right? So, rest and recovery. Letting things just be what they are. Leaving abusive, unhappy things behind. Okay? Now I see why these two cards came out one after the other. Source wants you to let go of the ego, okay? Which means don't give it your attention. Recognize that it's like a lower vibrational energy that is not necessary. Tune into your intuition, the truth of who you really are, and let that be your compass. Your heart is your compass. Follow your heart, not your head. Follow your heart, not your head. Follow your heart, not your head. My twin flame actually said that to me one time. Follow your heart, not your head. And there was a little bit more to it than that. It was in a letter. I'm going to have to dig it up and find it and share it with you guys. But I didn't know it at the time how significant that was going to be on this journey. But your heart chakra, the center point that creates the torus field and the illusion and the hologram of everything around you. We all have one. Everything has one, even the earth. Let that be your guide. That's the generative seed, and you, divine feminine, are that. Okay? Let the wisdom and the guidance come from within. It will not steer you wrong. The five senses help you in this 3D world, but not in the world that you're tuning into in the same way. You're tuning into something else. It's subtle. You have to quietly pay attention to it. Meditation and prayer help. Ego tries to interfere. It's like static interference. No, pay attention over here. Just don't follow the carrot. Don't listen to the Pied Piper. I know I'm a weirdo, but I love being a freaking weirdo. I do. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this really quick. I love Alice in Wonderland. It's really cool. It's one of my favorites. It's very spiritual. This is one of my favorite little tins. I have it on my shelf. And it's when Alice is talking to the Cheshire Cat, and she says, "Have I gone mad?" And he says, "I'm afraid so. You are entirely bonkers. But I'll tell you a secret. All the best people are." When the world is telling you that you're crazy and that you've got it all wrong when it comes to spirituality, you know you're doing something right because it's the world that's actually crazy. And when you get turned right side up in an upside down world, everyone's going to look at you weird. But you're right side up in an upside down world, which means you are in the right place, divine feminine. I fucking love you guys. Oh my God, I love you guys. Okay, hopes and fears, divine feminine. Your hope, of course, is your ascension, reunion, feeling whole and complete. Your fear comes 100% from this ego, which is, am I doing this right? Am I going to go backwards? Can I be backpedaling right now? You know, are these feelings of depression and sadness and anxiety ever going to go away? Am I going to always feel the oscillations? I feel really good and I think I'm doing it right, and then I feel bad and I feel like I'm doing it wrong. Guess what? Oscillations are all part of the sine wave of 3D reality, and you're always going to feel them. Tune into the middle path. The sine wave will still be there, but you, the soul, are looking at it and watching it from that place of neutrality and love. All right? The Love Boat. I don't know if you guys remember that movie. The Love Boat. You guys are on the Love Boat, okay? And you're sailing through life and you're watching the rest of the world doing this. Even your mind and your ego, which are part of this world. But you, the soul, you're sailing smoothly, right? You're tuned into that secondary frequency, the one that we can all tune into. Oh, another card fell out. All right, final card, potential outcome. And I like this card. Oh, goodness. Dun, dun, dun. The Chariot. You guys, the depth of this card isn't understood by everyone. You, Divine Feminine, you're learning this right now as we speak, and it is the point of the entire twin flame journey. Ascension, the Chariot, the coding is within you. The coding is within you. I have a lot of things to teach you guys about this. And we're there. We're almost there. You guys, like all the groundwork and the foundation is there. And I've got some cool stuff I'm going to be bringing to you guys about this very kind of subject. It's so much that I can't just like tell you guys in a reading. I got to break it down over a period of time. And I cannot wait to share this stuff with you. And some of you guys already know a lot of these things. And a lot of this has come from the beautiful symbiotic relationships that I've had with you guys, and the ability and the great gift that you guys have given me to have the opportunity to talk with other twin flames and to learn and to grow alongside with you. You guys are my greatest teachers. And I cannot wait to take the information that has been given to me through this blessing of being able to be a life coach over the last several years by angels that have come into my life. Yeah. Angels that have come into my life that have helped me along my path. Some of them are still with me and some of them are not. But I'm grateful for every single one of them and the opportunities that they have given me so that I can turn around and give them back to you guys, because that's what it's all about. And so the Chariot, you guys, this is your ascension. This is you reaching that, capstone, that place of enlightenment and then transcendence beyond this universe or university of life. Who knows how many times you've been here and how long it's taken. But the truth is, it's always been your destiny. Okay? It's always been your destiny. That cannot be taken from you. You are the Chariot. You are the Chariot. And the coding is inside of you. All right, let's get you guys an oracle card. If that did not make complete sense to you, that last little bit, and it left you shrouded with some mystery, do not fret. I have some information coming your way that I think you guys are really going to like. I'm going to use today I'm torn. I've got two here. Which one do I want? Okay, I'm gonna go with this. It is my Oracle of the Seven Energies. You guys, this spiritual path is so freaking cool. We are so blessed and lucky to be having the opportunity to go through this. I mean, you guys know the synchronicities are freaking off the charts. The spiritual knowledge that we download and is just given to us through experience and knowledge is phenomenal and unbelievable. I'm so grateful to be able to share it with you guys. All right. All right, let's see here. Our card today is, hold on. All right. I don't have my glasses, so I'm going to try to read this without it. All right, opening to discover. We run into information from our outer environment, then assign meaning to it within our psyches. Every day, however, the amount of data we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing. You know what's freaking crazy is I just was talking about this in our group call yesterday. Like literally yesterday. I can't believe that it's coming out right now. And one of the guys in the group call was talking about how he had just been talking about this information either that morning or the day before. If you guys haven't gotten into our group calls or gone to the website to check it out, please do. They're not expensive, but the information that is exchanged within these group calls is amazing, you guys. So please go to the website, the-conduits.com. We have tarot readings available, so personal tarot readings, email, ask a question, and get a video response, one-on-ones, and group call subscriptions available. They're so wonderful, so amazing. Please go check them out. Seriously, the stuff we talk about will blow your mind. A wealth of information and in a community of people that are going through what you guys are going through. And it's very, very helpful. Okay, so every day, however, the amount of data we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing, especially since the advent of the internet. We have been bombarded with more than we could ever hope to absorb. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. Absolutely. Very important. The vampire can only cross the threshold if you invite them in. So the amount of information that you are being exposed to, be careful what you give your attention to. Okay? Consistent exposure to unhealthy messaging invites us into a cynical, fear-based world view. On the other hand, conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us toward growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. The universe is always engaging us. We are part of it, after all. Through synchronicity, omens, and other signs that point toward our best path, our intuition helps us tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non-resistant is key to learning. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out superfluous noise. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, gossip, or the news. Don't let yourself get distracted. Listen without attachment and see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe and you shall have it. What a great card. It really does talk about so much of what came up in your reading. And the oracle cards, they never cease to amaze me. They always do. Somehow, whatever oracle card comes out of that deck always wraps up the reading in like a nice little bow and just hands it to you like a little gift. Like, here's your little gift of information, and now we're going to sum it all up in this one last little card just to kind of fill in all those little gaps. You are going through a transformational process. Trust it. Okay? Go back and listen to that card again if it resonated with you, because there was a lot of really, really cool and valuable information in that. I hope to see you guys soon. Thank you so much for being here and being a part of my journey and being a conduit for the rest of us. You guys are special and irreplaceable, and no one can do what you can do. You're not an accident, and I am forever grateful that our paths have crossed. I love you guys. I will see you guys soon. This weekend, I won't have any tarot readings coming up because I will be gone and out of town for a little while. However, I will be sending you guys some videos, or uploading some videos of a few thoughts that I have along the way. So I will see you guys soon, and have a wonderful weekend.